Welcome, folks, back to Deus Ex Invisible War. I was just looking at this map and the goals and noticed that we had, we've got the one for the WTO here. However, actually meeting Billy for the Order.
Hi. Hi.
I mean, nothing interesting in there. I mean, as much as... Right, this map is tiny. They couldn't even combine these two areas into one. We should at least hear Billy out face to face before we go and completely blow up Nassif's location.
Chicago. Someone put you on a tail? You're a long way from home.
Leo!
Nassif's tale. The program we came out of. Apostle Corps. It's based here in Cairo.
Oh, this is some coincidence. Either there's a contract on my head.
Or maybe the Omar have an interest in the program that created us too. What do they have you doing out here?
I told you before. Protection.
Protection from what?
Anybody. A lot of people don't like Omar. Most people think they're freaks. Right now, supposedly, these Knights Templar fanatics are planning a raid. So I'm waiting for them.
All by yourself?
That's my assignment.
I mean,
These
Leo
cyborgs
can handle
fight when they
himself.
have to. I just wish we had a better tip, like when the raid's gonna happen. Then maybe I could get some sleep.
Who tipped you off to begin with?
Someone in the village. But the Templar command is in the archaeology. They have a recruiting kiosk there. We can't move people into New Cairo too easily.
Maybe I'll do some sightseeing in New Cairo. I'll let you know if I come across anything.
Yeah? If it was me, I'd sneak up on the place and eavesdrop. Omar's schematics show a vent near the Tarsus School on 107, West Wall.
Ooh.
One of the shafts leads to the kiosk. You could listen from inside the shaft. Be careful, though. Archaeology support systems are secured against pests, whether transgenic or human.
One thing I am is dependable.
Yes, indeed, Leo.
You sure got a prime location for your business here.
We appreciate your resourcefulness in seeking us out.
I guess we'll see if it was worth my time and effort.
What have you got?
You will appreciate our merchandise. You are a welcome customer, having helped us in the past. Perhaps you can offer your services once more.
Go on, you've got my attention.
A Templar-run facility in Flight Bay 24 on Archaeology Level 110 has a number of
Ooh, a body
classified
armor
programs.
project.
Most importantly, a body armor project for Templar paladins. Also, a counter-agent to the pollution that causes Plague 11 has been invented, though its deployment has been inexplicably delayed.
The counter-agent sounds like something that would interest the villagers. How do I get into this facility?
First, you'll need a pass to enter the archaeology proper. Take this one.
Thanks.
Then talk to the woman in the air terminal information booth. She works for us. We will tell her that you are coming. Say to her simply that you
Well,
have a friend.
The Omar have
in common.
connections. This
Once
much is
inside
plainly
the terminal,
obvious.
Locate the armor and upload the schematic. You will also find your cure.
Cure for the plague
Okay.
seems
What are you
extremely
selling?
useful.
I have 2 black market biomod canisters which enable non-piezo cam functionality. Also,
Okay, those are
3
good.
concussion prox
We don't need
mines
another
which you
lamb.
can plant on any flat surface to be detonated by movement within close range. As a preferred customer, you may purchase items at half price.
Now that's half price for these biomods, and that's the only price listed on the wiki, so that's rather weird.
Give me the black market biomods.
The Amar appreciate. Shall we conduct business, or shall we wait until you upload the schematics of the Templar?
No thanks.
As
Okay.
No
See
sign
that-
of trouble so far.
See, that's the funny thing. The wiki lists them as separate. doesn't say 450 for the two of them. There we go.
A Templar would just as soon lynch a merc like you or me because of our biomod. If there's a problem, I plan to fight.
I mean, he's not wrong there. Leo's not wrong there. The Templars are extremely fanatical. Even more so than the Order.
No more congestion. No more fatigue. Use Vitatech Cure 11.
Snake oil salesmen, they exist ever, forever. Entrance to the mosque. Ooh, that's an Order objective. That's weird. It should be for the Omar. I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say that it isn't possibly slightly out of order or slightly mixed up. 'Cause that's not an Order objective at all. Alright, Billy.
This is a weapons-free zone. To enter, you must submit to a deactivation procedure. I'll transmit the encrypted safety lock bytecodes to freeze all your weapons on or in your person. When you leave, sensors will reactivate everything you've got.
Alright, go for it.
Thanks, you're clear to enter now.
WTO indifference to non-eye pollution is the
Jeez.
plague that has decimated the village. If you and Billy can help the locals, maybe you can win their trust and get some information on Dr. Nassif.
Lynn, please. That made me jump. Something fierce.
Permission.
I wonder if Billy's around here or not.
Maybe it is a judgment on us.
Someone in archaeology started that rumor so that we'd blame ourselves.
It's definitely a class. There's definitely a class division here in Cairo.
Maybe if they knew that I'm sick, they'd let me in.
I wish it could be that way, baby.
I guess I just
I'd
wasn't smart
appreciate
enough.
it if you'd stop
Nonsense.
that. You look fine to me.
Anything I can do to help?
Just stay out of the way. Too many patients. No time for chit-chat.
Good point.
As you wish. I'm looking for someone named Billy Adams. I heard she's in this mosque.
The woman from Seattle, yes. Where are you from? You Cairo? Why come here? The air in the Medina is polluted.
Is it that serious?
Just take a look outside. It's nanite dust these people breathe, from nanite swell 11. Particles like little insects, unaffected by the wind. Probably a leak from a pre-collapsed laboratory that's been forgotten for 2 decades.
That's a possibility. It has been 2 decades since the collapse, and with no one to contain them, well, contain or clean up them. Yeah,
And
things
why am I sick? I
could turn
exercise.
very
eat
bad
right.
very quickly.
I always wear my breather when I'm out in the Medina.
But when did you start using it? Only after years of breathing this air, just like me.
I wonder.
Then by the time they start getting the word out, we were already...
So yeah. Post-society collapse, well, post-major government collapse, things have turned awkward. Apparently these ones run on a different ID system. That multi-tool is not pick-upable. Now there's the exit. There's Billy. And someone else. Alright, Billy. Every time I forget what the button assignment is for quick save. There it is. 10. And 12 is load. Okay. Okay, Billy.
I need to return in time for the summit.
Just a show for the media.
I'm not so
Come
sure.
on.
Her Holiness sounded sincere when I spoke with her in Germany.
A co-dominion with the WTO? Not in my lifetime.
History moves in fits and starts. Obviously, you're too young to remember pre-collapse society. I watched 2 centuries of progress vanish during 2 minutes on the evening news.
Destruction, that's easy. But Her Holiness and Chairman Dumier think they can reunify the planet with a simple decree.
The faithless are easy to manipulate politically. And remember, the faithless are the majority. We should not forget de Tocqueville's insight. If a man does not submit to faith, he will desire a firm, tyrannical shape for society.
It's not too late to reform the church.
Perhaps. I will find out when I get to Trier.
Okay, Billy.
So I
I'm
already
here.
got a lead on this epidemic in Old Cairo. Courtesy of the Omar and the Medina, I've got some information about a possible cure.
Personally, I'm not going to waste my time saving the planet until we find out where Dr. Nassif is hiding.
High Augur Chen is a fine seeker. She has a strong heart. But a strong heart often runs contrary to a seeker's purpose.
I don't believe we've met.
Luminant Saman from the German Shard.
Ah.
My pleasure. I was hoping one of Billy's former classmates would show up.
Do you think Dr. Nassif is still in Cairo?
We have good reason to believe that Apostle Corps' headquarters are in Cairo. This is where she would go looking for help.
You disagree with the way High Augur Chen is doing things?
Amicably, to be sure. It's mostly a doctrinal dispute that stands
A doctrinal
between us.
dispute? Those are
Doesn't she
can
decide what
be
the church
acceptable.
Her Holiness and I amicably disagree also. My shard in Germany has a profound respect for the founding doctrines of the Order. What we don't understand are these recent revisions and reversals that seem to excuse the resurgence through the WTO of blind commercial interests.
You sound pretty upset.
My seekers and I are most loyal to the doctrines laid down by Her Holiness after the collapse. What we propose, very openly, is a greater purity of interpretation of these founding principles.
So, the fresh religious doctrine is suffering some major interpretational differences fairly early on. It's not unheard of for religions to undergo interpretational refinements, generally as time goes on. But so early on, that is very weird. Especially why the major founding members are still alive. Then again, the exact tenets of this doctrine are unknown to us specifically. It's not like they've actually tried to explain what the Order stands directly for. So I can't comment on those specifically, so... Currently nothing... Currently nothing is... They have not...
Ready to head out, just exit the area. The unlock weapon scan will automatically...
Currently the two major factions have not given us conflicting objectives yet. So, at least at this moment. And I doubt even the WTO would complain
No more congestion, no more fatigue. You sir, you look like a discriminating
about the cleaning
innovation when he sees it.
Where are you going with this?
and cleansing of the plague.
Are you tired of breathers? Are you sick of the Plague 11 cough? Have you had it with dizzy spells? I want to tell you about an amazing new elixir.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I really don't.
Combining ancient herbal remedies with state-of-the-art nanopathology research, we have produced the first and only anti-plague 11 tonic, and infused it into this special cola drink to make it a delicious way to fight the effects of the Nanite cloud. Fight Attack Cure 11.
Ah, nanopathology.
Today only, we're offering a special price. Would you like to make a purchase?
No.
No, thanks.
You owe it to yourself and your family to purchase the only real Plague 11 cure.
Well... That's most definitely... He's definitely full of all sorts of interesting things.
How's it going?
Hey.
However, we do have the Nassif greenhouse to do things
We're sick of you archaeology
to.
types coming out here, pointing and laughing like this is a theme park or a zoo.
I'm not sightseeing. I have business here.
We have no choice but to stay here. We don't get to go back inside your atmospheric barriers at the end of the day.
I don't live in the archaeology.
Our children can't sleep at night because they can't breathe this filth. But that's about to change. You look like you've got more than enough credits to buy breathers for our families.
You know what? I've got the credits.
I
Go
don't
for
want
it.
any trouble. Let me just give you the credits.
It's good that you can see reason. Now go back to your penthouse in the archaeology.
However, however, I don't like being extorted like that. Well, that's the way directly to the greenhouse. What, that guy, he was not standing here. Suspicious. Make me highly suspicious they do. Now let's go to the greenhouse. I imagine Ken's gonna contact us very quickly and be like, hey, don't blow those up.
There are several ways to put an end to the Nassif family's illegal food production. Destroying the filter system will kill the plants, or you can destroy them directly. You could also reprogram the software that automates the greenhouse.
If I had hacking potential, possibly. Ow! That was bad.
Auxiliary circuits engaged. Reduced survivability.
You've been scrambled. Robot down. I don't see any people. That's a good thing. We don't see people. Means it might be unoccupied.
Close the place down and go home. Whoever came after my niece and murdered our technicians is still looking for her. I came back to my apartment for my friend to pass so that I could check up on my daughter at the Tarsus school. But the headmaster assures me that she's safe. Still debating whether to go anyway. Don't return to work until you hear from me personally.
We were hoping you would run into Dr. Nassif's uncle here, but it looks like he's one step ahead of us. After you destroy the hydroponics, why don't you pay him a visit? His apartment is on the second floor of a building across the square from the Order Church.
That would not be a bad idea, to be honest. That actually would not be a bad idea. That's a medbot, isn't it? Yeah, that is a medbot. Sniper rifle. That seems rather unusual for them to have.
Biological restoration in progress. Healing aborted.
Medbot?
Public medical terminal. Diagnostic corpus. Updated date repairing wounds. Failed to complete operation.
Flash bomb. So there would be a lookout here. Except clearly they're not here. Unfortunately, the medbots are... and they don't care who we are. They will just heal anybody if given the chance. So they don't care that we don't belong.
Biological restoration in progress. Finished repairing damage.
Anomaly detected.
What all the weapons do we have again? EMP, pistol... EMP mag rail. Not a bad idea to bypass that, I don't think. There's robots down there. Not received a login. What else could we do? Said we could destroy them directly. So there is always that option. Keycode or 2 multi-tools. Or... ouch! There was always that option. I didn't expect it to blow up quite so badly in my face.
Repairing wounds. Tissue viability restored.
Thank you. Ow. Okay, this must be where they store. This looks like grain storage, more than anything. If we destroy the filter, that would also do it. That would also do it.
Auxiliary systems not responding. Greenhouse shutting down.
Ah. That would be why it blew up the two grenades that were here.
Has suffered critical failure.
You've shown appalling judgment, Alex. I share your loathing of the Nassifs.
Climate control damaged. Situation critical.
If you won't work with us, I suppose I will have to send in a task force to destroy you.
Chen.
Warning. Greenhouse atmosphere beyond safe boundaries. Vegetation losses have exceeded acceptable ranges.
Ow. Not that direction.
Reassembling tissues. Finished repairing damage.
Forgive me if I'm a little confused. There's a biomod canister around here. Is this it? Could it be here? It says it's only accessible via vent. Yes. Concussion proximity mine. Not exactly what we're looking for, but... Ha. Weird. What a weird place. Unfortunately, it looks like the Order is a little upset at us. We probably should have done the other thing first to try and maintain some degree of neutrality. Okay, this is how we would have found our way inside. Ow. Yeah. Terminal life signs, I gotcha. Oh, we didn't want to go that far back. That was back to the beginning. That was back where we started. Definitely didn't want to go there. Quick save. Forgot I hadn't dropped a hard save in the time we've been here. Well, we definitely didn't have to spend that multi-tool. And since we know that's going to anger the Order, doing things that way. Friend robot? Accidentally activated friend robot. Well, that didn't do what it was supposed to do. We may have to find alternative ways in. Yeah, because that's sitting right on top of that vent. So we have to blow it up either way in order to access it. So I think we're gonna drop a hard save here and try and stay on somewhat neutral terms with the Order. Yeah, somewhat. By getting that plague, that anti-plague from the arcology, unless, of course, that's gonna anger the... That's probably gonna anger the WTO if we do that. Yeah, we're on good terms with them, so it's not a huge deal.
You bought me? Back off.
You're the one that's standing in my way, dude. We do have a pass into the arcology. Ooh, he's got explosives. Drop another hard save here, I think. So what do we have to do here? Level 110. What else? And Queequegs, there's an objective there. Ah, pardon me. 107 to 108. Nanoformer programming. Okay, that allows me to access directly the programming, which is not ideal. That hurt? Maybe? I mean, that kind of hurt? Maybe? I mean, I did take off a pip, but a pip? That was it. Well, that was interesting. There's the Templar recruiting station. Probably want to avoid that as much as possible. Did say there's a...
This is the Cairo branch of your old alma mater, curiously geared towards younger children rather than covert security. There might be some clues about Apostle Core inside, but the doors won't open unless you have a visitation pass. Start with the Nassif greenhouse and Dr. Nassif's crooked uncle who runs it.
You can't sneak up on us.
You can't sneak up on me.
Now, hopefully that didn't ruin it. Robot? Oh, robot has not been triggered. All I did was pick up and move a trash bin.
Are the paladins ready?
Deputized and immunized for a Scatland sweep. 1 hour tops.
They know to search every building.
Not one Omar will escape. This will be the end of their presence in Cairo.
If only you were right.
1 hour. We should let Leo know. Should definitely let Leo know. And they will never know that I overheard them. Even if it's not going to give us a discount with the Omar. The Omar have been very truthful with us, you know, about their objectives and everything. Which is more than other. More than what other people have been. Both the WTO, the Order, and the Order have both been very cagey about what their specific objectives are. Overall. Especially the Order. The WTO is much more straightforward in what they're trying to accomplish.
I eavesdropped on the Templar recruiting station in the arcology.
Huh, my lucky day. I see that it pays to have old friends from Tarsus.
Oh, absolutely, Leo.
The raid is going to happen any minute.
You know this for certain? I should stay in position. How long?
Hard to say. Maybe an hour?
I'll be ready. Thank you. They won't catch me sleeping.
No, they will not, Leo. No, they shall not. Unfortunately, I don't think we can help him. Because we might be gone in an hour. But, at least we know him. He knows to be ready. We could have...
The information you provided our agent has proven valuable. He was successful against the invaders and would like to thank you. Your future business with Yomar will remain on favorable terms.
That was fast.
How are you?
Hello, hello.
That was amazingly fast, Leo. That was amazingly fast for you to handle that. I'm amazed he was that fast about it, to be honest. Give them a wide berth. Ah, Pequods.
Welcome to Pequod's Coffee for the Stars.
Stars?
Yes, superstars. Miss Withers, the manager for NG Resonance, just ordered a tall
Oh,
cappuccino
did
on ice.
she now?
You heard that NG is having a concert here tomorrow, right?
Maybe you should ask her for an endorsement.
Exactly. I was just thinking about that. I bet the executives would make me the manager of the whole region if I could pull that off. Regrettably, Miss Withers said NG is pretty picky about that sort of thing.
Someone like NG Resonance probably wants to see a credit chip with lots of bits in it.
Well, I was thinking. The rumor is that Miss Withers
That's
is the one who
valid.
makes decisions. If I could find someone who would approach her,
A
maybe offer
celebrity
some-
endorsement is worth a lot of money.
I'd like to make a trade. You look modified. Well, I have a biomod canister in my lost and found, probably left here by one of those little rakes from the Tarsus school who are always playing spy games in the office suites. It's yours if you convince Miss Withers for me. Offer her a generous bribe.
Of my own money?
Unfortunately, the coffee business is very low margin. We will have to agree on a trade for the biomod. If you succeed,
So
the
500
central
bucks
office
for a
will negotiate
biomod
a fee.
canister. That's not bad.
It will be a book about rulers, you know? Great personalities.
Your last interaction was
yes. You very clearly interact, keep some sort of database about people.
This is your first time in New Cairo?
Yeah. Anything I should know?
New Cairo was one of the first WTO enclaves, an inspiration for other cities wanting to incorporate. I love singing here because people actually have time to kick back and enjoy a concert. Though lately, I don't know. The city seems different.
How so?
I think something illegal is happening. People hide their faces as they walk by me. They avoid my questions.
That's quite an extrapolation for a pop star chatterbot.
AI emplacements are required by the WTO Charter to act on incriminating evidence. Since you are a stranger, I can tell you freely that there are rumors about
corrupt officials. Ooh, that would be good.
I can record your testimony and disperse an appropriate reward.
Now that could be very interesting to know. Oh, the Order has a office up here. Cool. I mean, it's kind of to be expected, I suppose. Corporate suites are up here, but we would need a code to get in.
Fellow WTO citizens, look about you with the splendor of the WTO enclaves. You enjoy a higher standard of living than anyone else in the world. Know this, such prosperity is
and that's their guard station.
And I am injured by the accusations against my office in Cairo.
Okay, that would be for the air terminal. As a guy there, that would not be a good idea. Flight Bay 24, so that is in fact up at the Arcology Air. Yeah, there we are, 110. What do we have to do here? Flight 24, evidence of a cover-up. Pequod. Got a feeling things can turn sideways very quickly.
All of Chicago gone.
I know it's scary, but don't worry, they'll find the terrorists. And we're very safe here in the arcology.
I mean, there's a good chance you are perfectly safe. Hey, you must be NG's manager.
Who the hell are you? I made it clear to the arcology chairman that NG would not arrive until tomorrow, and that regardless, there would be no solicitations, no endorsements, and no appearances until showtime.
My mistake. Sorry.
For a second, I thought you were that guy who runs the Pequod's coffee shop downstairs. The fool thinks that if he attacks me with a goofy grin, I'll convince NG to endorse the franchise.
Oh, are you opposed to that, man?
He could have at least given me my coffee for free.
You'd sell your
it's a valid point.
Coffee?
It would be a start. I'm so sick of these nobodies expecting me to do special favors for them and not even having a few credits to compensate me for my trouble.
I mean, celebrity endorsements are normally worth a good amount of money. I mean, either way, it's going to cost me 500 credits. Now, Queequegs was offering weapon mods or biomods. The biomod canister is actually more useful to me.
I'd put down some money to see NG promote Pequods.
Splendid. I'll put in a good word.
Can I trust you?
As much as you can trust anyone who takes bribes. Now leave me be. Let's make an effort not to be seen together.
Valid. She has a point. Multiple points, actually, but yes. There's a lot of security running around. It doesn't look like there's a nice way to...
Remember, you are leasing from us. You must grant the WTO entry for investigation of our own hangars.
The Templars restrict access to their facilities. Flight Bay 24 is not a public airport. As soon as you've filled out all the necessary paperwork, they'll be glad to give you a complete tour.
I have done that 3 times already. This is ridiculous.
It must have gotten lost in transit. There's no record here. Or perhaps you did not fill them out completely. As soon as they have your forms in order, they'll be happy to permit your investigation. Until then, there's nothing I can do.
Is something wrong?
Yes, I'm trying
We might be able to help with that.
Hangar to see if it might explain these figures, and failing miserably. Whoever said the WTO has perfected bureaucracy has obviously never dealt with the Templars.
What do you mean?
Oh, the good old bureaucratic jerk around, circle jerk around. I think that's the term.
They may put on a show of amicability, but every time I try to actually see what's in that hangar, I get the runaround.
What do you suspect is going on?
Yeah, I might be able to help with that.
Whatever it is, my figures suggest they're not paying nearly enough for transporting it via a WTO facility. Maybe you'd have better luck? A new face? If you get the info to us, we can make it worth your while.
I'll see what I can do.
Can I help you?
I believe we have a friend in common.
Ah, yes. He told me you were coming. The door code is 23489.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. You've been a great assistance. Though I suspect we could get from 23 here to 24. If we had the right jump height. Oh, that's a charge bot.
Repairing damage. Finished.
Proximity mines and explosives, and that's it. Unusual. I still have my suspicions that I could get between the two, but I don't know how. Gesundheit.
God, this shit just goes on forever.
Well, that definitely did not sound like there were... There weren't people there. Definitely sounded like there were. Like very vocal people. Like armed people. That could be potentially a problem. Ooh. Data cube. Okay, we have their wall safe. Good. An alarm panel. So this does not connect directly to 24. Ow. Off to the right.
Locate the power assault schematic in this hangar. We will be able to scan and upload it through your info link once you find it. You will also find information about your counter nanite in this hangar.
Yes, very clearly.
Damage sustained. Warning. Threats to operation in progress.
I'm ready for you. Something's wrong with that bot.
I did no killing directly myself. The bot went haywire.
Target acquired.
Locked and loaded. Come and get it.
Analyzing evasive tactic.
Ow, ow.
Target leaving zone.
Robot.
Beware. Automated security. Nice.
Well done. Our enemies will be coming on to us. Return to the Medina for your compensation.
Response effective. Accessing tactical damage. Assessing damage.
Careful. Move in.
Enemy adjourned.
Target occluded.
Turn back. Unauthorized personnel presumed to be hostile.
Lieutenant, here is the soft key to the storage room at the back of the hangar. I need you to remove the
Oh.
Plague 11 files, the ones related to the cure. Bring them to me at the VIP overlooking Flight Bay 23. Meanwhile, here is the key to the suite on 108. It's time. Shut Apostle Core down, but do it quietly.
Unbelievable. The chairman himself is a Templar. Maybe you should locate the files he was talking about and confront him in the hangar bay. But first, check out that Apostle Core facility on level 109. Your assignment will be to eliminate Dr. Nassif before she gives any information to the Templar extremists or to the WTO.
Enemy adjourned. Target leaving zone.
Checking pattern match. Highly probable.
Enemy adjourned. The violator is advised to leave immediately.
Robot has gone hostile again on us.
Seeking origin
Now he
of the
is not.
assault.
Good. You found the molecular spec for the counter nanite. Now put an end to the chairman's scheme by reprogramming the nanoformer bots to synthesize the cure. The bot kennels are near the exterior on level 107.
We've caused a headache for the Templars. That is excellent. Excellent. What do our current notes say? Your college chairman. There's definitely no problems. Was the guy up here? I didn't see him. Oh. Hello, good sir. I am well aware of what you're up to now.
I turned up evidence that you've been perpetuating the plague in the Medina by not allowing a counteragent to be deployed.
That's a pretty fanciful accusation.
I watched the V-mail you sent to the Templars in Flight Bay 24.
Resourceful little muckraker, aren't you? How much do you want?
What do you mean?
How much to keep you quiet? That's what this is about, right?
I don't want it. I just want an
I
explanation.
don't want your money. Just an explanation.
For your information, testing has yet to prove the counteragent's safety. I'm not going to be responsible for creating yet another cloud of self-replicating dust motes.
It could hardly be worse than Plague 11.
That's easy for an outsider to say. If I don't weigh the consequences, the city might get sued, or I could lose my job. Step over to one of the flight bay windows. Look at that wasteland. Imagine if you were responsible for rebuilding an economic system to accommodate a planet full of beggars. Not as simple as it might seem to people on the outside.
He is not entirely wrong, but also his phrasing. I don't like his phrasing.
Initiating repairs. Functionality restored.
I think NG will be very happy about this. Where is Tax Informant?
Did you turn up anything?
Yes, they're transporting power assault
The Templars
armor in
can't
large
possibly
numbers.
be paying enough taxes on their little project. They're transporting powered assault armor, and in large numbers.
Very interesting. I'll be sure that this info gets passed along to my superiors, and that the Templars are punished for this violation. It's a serious offense, and here's a reward for your fact-finding.
Not at all concerned about the corrupt officials, apparently, but, yeah, I suppose that's to be expected. Right, NG's on the next level down. Where's NG? She's on a level down. She's on 107. Let's get our biomod from this man.
Miss Withers called me herself. So, you prevailed.
I did what
There
you
are
asked.
ways to do that.
Pequod's image is going to get a facelift.
Thanks for your skill and discretion. Here's that biomod canister I mentioned.
Thanks.
Queequegs is finished. A year from now, no one, not even the poor in the Medina, will have to drink contaminated scabland coffee. Congratulations. You've served the community well.
Hopefully yours is actually decent. I'm not entirely convinced of that.
Alex, guess what I found out? Your name has appeared in the WTO crime database.
Did I do something wrong?
You're listed as a material witness in a criminal case filed by the Order Church.
Oh, yes.
I've had some contact with the Order, but I haven't heard about any legal actions.
The brief claims that the arcology chairman suppressed research that could have cured the plague, and that you can testify accordingly.
That
yeah,
is
I
true.
dug that up. I wonder if it'll hurt the chairman's political career.
You're registered to receive a monetary reward. I can be your cashier if you wish.
Thanks.
Your
That would be
input is
good.
appreciated. Let's talk again.
You're starting to seem more like a surveillance tool than a pop star.
Please both.
My conversation style adapts to the user.
So that
Besides,
is to be
people tell me
expected.
things. The data must be handled responsibly.
Also valid. The Templars must be pissed. I mean, I can't blame them. Oh, now we gotta somehow get into the nanoformer. no clue how I'm gonna do that nicely. Oh, these two sons of guns up here. Oh, right, I've got the code for it. I can just go. And we got one regular biomod canister. Got level 2 invisibility. Might as well make that level 3. That way we've got the least drain on our energy.
Sorry, this isn't Pequod's. That's on 107. This is the nanoformer bot kennel. You know, we keep this guy's friendly.
I am aware of that, my good sir. Unfortunately...
Some people in the Medina think that these... Oh, gee! Oh! No way!
You... I'm gonna need you to be quiet.
Fantastic. The nanoformers will begin cleaning up the pollution in the Medina right away. The air should be safe within 24 hours.
Okay. We have successfully not thoroughly angered the Order. What else was there? We do need to handle Nassif's greenhouse. We don't want to kill Nassif. They're gonna be very upset when I do blow it up, but we do... That's really the next thing to do, is to blow up the crops. Though Billy did say that... the... Order and... not the Order. Yeah, the Order and the WTO are in talks. So something weird's going on there. Oh, Sarman said that. So something unusual's going on there. How'd it go,
hey,
Leo?
Chicago, great tip. I let him close in and then BAM! Dropped every last one.
Glad I could help.
Hey, I don't have much in the way of a reward, but this showdown just got me a big bonus and put me in tight with the Omar. You're welcome.
Nice.
Thanks. I'm just glad things are working out for you. Keep your head down.
You don't have to worry about Leo Jankowski. The Omar are safe. Thanks for the tip. This gig is working out.
That's the other way we learn.
Very well done. This schematic has already proven useful.
A weak spot.
Learned that the armor contains a weak spot,
Oh.
irregular in shape on the back.
Nice. That'll actually come in handy.
Would you like to make a purchase?
We don't need prox mines.
As you...
One thing I can't stand is one human being who hates another human being. Know what I mean?
And that's in notes. Sadly, they store these images in the wrong order. In random order. So that on the back of their power armor. So that'd be remnants of some older version of the game where the images were received in a different order. Or possibly because you could technically start from the arcology. Because we took the free pilot, she drops us off further away. If you paid for the pilot, he will drop you off in the arcology. So there's that.
The fortune teller was just fishing for a big tip when he said I would be rich.
Excuse me, my sirs. I've got a greenhouse with which to blow up. This is gonna piss them off very much so. So I'm not gonna be surprised if the reputation does drop to nothing. I will not be surprised at all if it drops. Not expecting Spider-Bot to be a problem, but he decided to be a problem. Spider-Friend decided to be a problem rather than a help. Which is disappointing.
Auxiliary systems not responding. Greenhouse shutting down. Hydroponics failure.
Well, the Order has not contacted us yet to yell at us. That doesn't mean they won't.
Has suffered critical failure. Climate control damaged. Situation critical.
Yes, very much critical.
Warning. Greenhouse atmosphere beyond safe boundaries.
They were just a little faster than me. Oh, Spider-Bot friend. He did destroy the camera. Cool. Without getting himself detected this time. That's good, Spider-Bot friend.
Auxiliary systems not responding.
Okay, let's save ourselves a few bombs by doing this properly.
Auxiliary systems not responding.
Here we go.
Greenhouse shutting down.
I keep forgetting that those robots
Hydroponics
really hurt. Of course, that one's gonna cause a headache no matter how I go about
Has
it.
suffered critical failure.
Which biomod would we want to increase anyway? Melee damage. Melee damage. That will help us dramatically knocking people
Climate control
unconscious.
damaged. Situation critical.
Among the other things that lets us do.
Warning. Greenhouse atmosphere beyond safe boundaries.
Friend bot.
You've shown appalling judgment, Alex.
Vegetation losses have exceeded acceptable ranges.
Protected by the church. If you won't work with us, I suppose I will have to send in a task force to destroy you.
I mean, she didn't say she was sending them now. So... not like there were many other options.
I think for the order.
Aw, crap.
I am prepared to put it
Escape this time, but let that be a lesson. There will be serious consequences if you continue to oppose the Order Church. I expect you to listen to me from now on.
Hey, the target just went invisible.
Idiot. Both of you. Both of you idiots. Well, the Order is still going to... they're not happy with us, but they've not written us off yet. Probably because we're still useful to them? What with the whole potentially killing Nassif problem? Right, the apartments. That's where the uncle is. And he can at least politely tell us how to get to Nassif.
No more congestion. No more fatigue. Use Fighter Tech Cure 11. Attention residents of Old Cairo. The particle haze you are experiencing does not pose a health threat. Repeat, the haze appears to contain only mildly parasitic nanoscale fallout. Cover your mouth and nose when traveling outdoors, but rest assured, the danger is minimal. Archaeology scientists are presently investigating cleanup alternatives.
Well, we know the alternative has been deployed because we deployed it. That will help. Teddick, you have a name.
Hey, watch where you're going.
The harvester will discuss, okay?
What do I see? An exceptional young man. Modified, correct? Lovingly grown in an enclave. And now you step into a dangerous world. Stay ready, Tariq.
Am I about to get jumped or something?
Such a prize. A shame to send you straight to the chop shop. Perhaps you heard that I'm hiring a mercenary.
No, I had not.
I am interested in the security chief in the unmarked suite on level 108 in the archaeology. His tissues are heavy with biotech. Beta biocules, the next rev of the PSO-Chem architecture, who knows? Maybe something beyond. I have a client who will pay handsomely to study one of his biomods.
How do you expect me to steal a biomod? Kill him and bring you the body?
Just kill him and my people in the morgue will remove the components I need. I like how you think. You will be well paid. Here, you will need this pass to enter the archaeology.
I don't necessarily agree with that in the slightest. That's just kill a random person for money.
Back off.
I disagree with that entirely.
It's so good to see you again, darling. Any news about that apartment?
Apartment? Oh, that one. Already leased. Sorry.
That's a tale as old as time. That is exactly what it sounds like. He is being fished for something, money. Who knows what. Robot. Instant knockout on robots. That was an Omar.
Get back here! Pursuing synthesis.
Or is that Leo responding to me dropping of the barrels? That did not look good.
Good day.
Oh, that gave me an extra slot. That was a Templar Paladin. I was not expecting that. Ooh, she hit with a thud. That was not good. For her. That was, shall we say, not good for her. If she somehow survived that, I would be surprised. Oh, they've been keeping up on us. And Jakowski. Well, that, did not stop them
What's that
from
I hear?
getting horribly
The
involved.
zone seems to be clear now.
You were saying? Okay, now I don't feel so bad about... Now I don't feel quite so bad about that.
It sounds like operations are going well. Show those Omar beasts we will not tolerate their pollution. And that's just the first step in our plans for this city. Once the right people are running things, every citizen will wake up. They'll finally see how important the battle for purity really is. It sounds like operations are going well. Show those Omar beasts we will not tolerate their pollution. And that's just the first step in our plans for this city. Once the right people are running things, every citizen will wake up. They'll finally see how important the battle for purity really is.
Yeah, this is the Templar headquarters. Well, lookout point at least. Ugh. I initially felt bad about dropping someone, you know, 2 stories while unconscious, but now... No, I don't!
For God's sake, leave me alone. Yes, I have closed the greenhouse. There was a murder there. The murder of my brother. The greenhouse will stay closed until I am certain that the Nassif family is safe.
Who killed them?
I'm sorry about your tragedy.
Sorry? Who are you to be sorry? You killed the parents, killed the plants. Yes, I see who comes and goes from the greenhouse. And now you come to kill me? Well, the Nassif family is fighting back. Layla escaped and you won't find her.
I know your niece. She was my instructor at Tarsus Academy
Indeed.
in Seattle. I'm not here to kill anyone.
No? Then what? Do you know who's after my family?
Everyone, as far as I can tell.
Funny. Ha ha. And
No,
meanwhile, my
no,
daughter
seriously,
Ava
everyone
goes
does
to
that.
Tarsus Academy in Narcology. All of us hunted like greasels.
Tarsus Academy?
Right, where Layla went to school. She helped her cousin get on the same track, to a decent life. Now we are targets.
Maybe I can help out. I'm on my way to the arcology.
You destroy my hydroponics equipment, and now you want to look after my daughter. What? You expect me to give you my parental code to the school so you can check up on her?
Valid. You have a valid point, good sir.
You wrecked my equipment. Get out!
I will unconscious you if I have to, good sir. He's also been potentially watching Leo.
Interesting discovery. So Dr. Nassif has a cousin at the Tarsus Academy in New York. That would have been very useful information, but we already know that the secret apostle core facility is on level 108 of the arcology. You can still use the visitation pass to enter the school on level 107, though, if you're curious.
Indeed. I am very curious. But I will not be murdering a man. Just to murder a man. Moreover, he's the security chief. That is very much going to be a problem.
You owe it to yourself and your family to purchase the only real Plague 11
A severe problem. Of course, while we are most definitely angering the Order, we are also, at the same time, we are also most definitely angering the Templars, and I'm not entirely sure it's a good idea to anger the people with the power armor and a pertant for robots. No, we're probably not going to do that one. The school. Missing student. Either way, we gotta go to the Tarsus Academy. I think we actually had multiple codes to get in anyway. What was the other objective? Kill Nassif. She's... Oh, right. 108. Either way, we should really investigate the academy. Just an alumnus coming through.
SSC records show that several students have been reported missing. You might want to ask some of the children if they know what's going on.
I'm getting sick of doing all this damage control.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Tarsus continues to offer the best educational opportunities, even in this time of uncertainty. It was in the memo. You did read the whole memo before racing down here, didn't you?
Yeah.
But if you really must see for yourself, I can't stop you, as long as you have your access pass. You did remember to bring it, didn't you? We can't have random visitors wandering.
Valid.
SSC records show that several students have been reported missing. You might want to ask some of the children if they know what's going on.
Several students, so not just Nassif.
I think they were kicked out. They disappeared right after the last biochem exam. Maybe they were expelled for cheating. That would explain why they were getting such high grades.
Now come on, you know Jennifer earned those scores honestly. That Nassif, though, she's a weirdo.
Then maybe they failed and were dismissed?
I guess Headmaster Archer can be pretty harsh.
What's the latest gossip?
People are edgy because a few students are missing. I am not all that worried because I know Jennifer is too smart to let anything really terrible happen.
So what do you think really happened?
I do not believe she got kicked out.
No.
We would have all heard about that by now. It must be something else.
Hiding.
Maybe she's hiding.
What makes you think that? Why wouldn't she just leave?
It's tricky getting in and out of this place unnoticed. But there are ways to stay inside and out of sight. I've never been there myself, but I have heard some kids talk about a hideout somewhere in the ventilation system. It seems no one on the faculty knows about it.
Oh.
I can't help feeling like I'm always being watched. Maybe
I
I'm
mean,
just getting paranoid.
You are. You are always being watched. The guards. The cameras. The weird obelisk. The unused room. Racel! I was not trying to accomplish that, but I will take it. First of Life's final project. Red Greasels. This is a regular biomod canister, isn't it? Yes, the Greasel's classroom lab. There might have been a code. We might have been able to get a code for this. Regen. Upgrade our biomod, regen. That'll also decrease its overall... Ouch. Cost. Oh, hello children.
The headmaster has this bizarre secret office with files on all the students and communications with someone outside Tarsus.
Oh, that's concerning.
Why are you hiding
Eva.
out back here?
I'm not answering any questions until you tell me who you are.
Moschini Nassif asked me to look for his daughter, Eva. He's very worried. Is that you?
Okay, I'm Eva, and people should be worried. We were poking around the headmaster's office one day and found this secret room. From the looks of it, he's plotting something horrible for some.
Horrible, you say?
How can you be sure? What did you see?
Something to do with purification. Some group called the Templars. I couldn't make sense of it, but I'm fairly certain that he didn't mean expulsion when he mentioned terminating students. You can see for yourself.
Where is it?
The vent high on the wall leads to it, but there is a spider web keeping vermin out of the ventilation system. Or you could go through that opening in the floor to the maintenance tunnels. At the end, past the boilers, there is a ladder to the secret office. There is some serious climbing and jumping though, and only the girls in gymnastics have been able to do it. The code to the room is 9133.
Thanks for the tip. It sounds like you got yourself to safety just in time.
For the time being at least, I'm going to stay hidden until I'm sure it's safe out there, and just hope he doesn't find us.
Valid. Disabled both those bots. Ow, that did hurt though. And you can already see the ramp up of how just level 2 regeneration's just so much faster.
Tracking threat identified.
I thought that was gonna happen. Still don't have the strength to one-shot a camera. So we'll disable it.
Excellent work as usual, Lieutenant Archer. You will be pleased to hear, in turn, that we have seized the
Archer,
Apostle Core
eh?
facility. It was right under our noses on level 108. Transmitting the suite's soft key ID so that you can join us at your leisure.
This school was once an Apostle Corps operation. The Knights Templar must have penetrated their organization some time ago. I need you to investigate the secret Apostle Corps suite with the Templar system. Your objective will be to locate Dr. Nassif and interrogate him.
Those noises bode ill.
What's he have in here? Nothing important. Also, the fact that a potential Templar raid is going to occur is a problem. Yeah, that's a Templar flag if I ever saw one.
Huh? Am I getting jumpy, or is something really going on?
Oh, something's really going on, child. You just don't have any idea. So realistically, if we get out of here, we could talk to him, let him know that things are going on, potentially.
Welcome to Tarsus, Cairo. I'm Silas Archer, the headmaster.
Yes, Silas.
Can I help
No thanks. I've seen all I need to see.
Indeed, I have. That's the first I've seen of that. My hands.
Are you the specialist? We've been waiting for hours for someone to solve the...
Sorry, I'm not your exterminator.
They had some greasels in the lab for class and they got loose. Surprise, those things aren't pet hamsters. Anyway, there's some expensive equipment in there apparently. Some biomod stuff, I think. So they want... Really? Great. I'll give you the exterminators.
Oh, and that gave us the code, so that would have saved us a biomod or two.
At least all this has kept school interesting for the past few days.
That is true, child. There we go. Hands went weird places. Ah, there's the map. Well, I suppose we should... let's see, we could try talking with Nassif, although he's not gonna listen. I mean, we did blow up his greenhouse after all. Which he already knew, which is highly suspicious. But most importantly, we should talk to the chief. Let him know that a raid is going to be planned, that Silas Archer is a problem. And everything.
Fellow WTO citizens, look about you with the splendor of the WTO archives. You enjoy a higher standard of living than...
Can I help you?
I want to report criminal activity at the Tarsus school.
Yes, I'm listening.
The headmaster is working for
yes,
some
he
fanatical secret society, the Knights Templar. He's been tracking the more promising students and plans to eliminate them.
That's a pretty serious accusation. Do you have proof?
He has a secret office in the back where you'll find all the evidence. The students who've been targeted have gone into hiding. If you can find them, they'll also be able to corroborate the story.
We'll dispatch a crew to resolve the situation immediately. Thanks for the tip. You're entitled to an informant's reward if you're interested.
Sure.
Here you go. The credit will be invalidated if we find out that you're lying.
They want me to kill him. Under the watchful gaze of both turret and camera. That is a very bad idea. I'm not gonna try and harvest his organs. That is very, very dumb. I've already done that. Not gonna do that. That leaves Nassif in the corporate suites. Okay, so that leads directly to the Order Mosque. Interesting. And with as much headache as I'm causing for these Templars, that is going to cause them to really, really dislike me very, very quickly if they haven't already. Not that they've actually offered me any solutions or ways to go with them, but... side with them, but... whatever. We've encountered all of our friends but one. All of our fellow classmates but one. And she's the one who went to work with the WTO, which is kind of really, 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 really weird. So either I missed her, or she's running around somewhere.
No more congestion, no more fatigue. Use Vitatech Cure 11.
Somehow they're still only unconscious. I'm not gonna question that. I figured they would have broken their necks by now. I mean, the way they fell and everything, that was not gonna be good for their health.
I looked around the school. Your daughter had a close call, but she's fine. The new headmaster is working for the Templars, some sort of plot to murder the most talented students and their families.
Did you tell the authorities?
Yes.
I notified the authorities. SSC will take care of things.
Order be praised. My Eva is safe. Here, no arguing. Take a reward. Money means nothing to me anymore.
oddly enough, he's a member of the Order, which is fascinating. Considering who his
You owe it to
niece
yourself
is.
and your family to purchase the only real Plague 11 cure.
Oh, there is another black market mod we could get, but that's inside the prison cell. Which I think the chief is guarding, which means we have no reason to actually get in there. At least yet. We might be able to grab it if we wanted to. Feel like found a way in. I don't think there is. And with these levels being so small, I don't necessarily think I'm gonna find a way in. That leads directly to our college air.
Look about you in the splendor of WTO archives. You enjoy a higher standard of living than
I think I see it in there. In that vent. Aha! But how would I even...
WTO handpicks cities for incorporation and citizens for membership. These enclave citizens will choose the best suited among their number to lead them. Such a system is for corruption. My fellow Cairo citizens, you are my conscience. I have always acted as you have done.
Access points for the cameras. Interesting. Templar occupied Apostle Core. Ah! Speak of the devil.
Security Chief Morgan dispatched me to this location to find Dr. Nassif for questioning.
Yeah, I've got business with Layla too.
Right, but you've been working for both the WTO and Order, so the jury's still out on whether I can even trust you. I will warn you that I suspect the Order may want Nassif dead, but the WTO doesn't believe in vigilantism, and I plan to enforce the law, no matter who threatens Nassif or why. We need her alive and conscious for quick information extraction.
According to the intel I've got, the Templars have her pinned down inside this facility.
We also suspect that there are a few bots gone haywire inside.
Sounds like a walk in the park. You stay here and guard the entry. I'll find Nassif.
Good idea. By the way, Chief Morgan wanted me to give you this biomod canister. A reward for securing the mag rail plans at Mako.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
Stick with us, Alex. The WTO is good to its people.
Remember, the WTO wants Dr. Nassif alive so that she can be questioned. We think she may be holed up behind what remains of the Apostle Core security system.
Did you really have to do that, Clara? That was really dumb. Fine, since we've got no choice but to fight. Maximum power. Uh-oh. Mouse? Lost my mouse briefly.
I've still got some fight in me!
Unconscious they are. Oh, mouse has gone haywire again. There we go. Oh, they killed a worker. Standard pistols and shotguns. They did hit me a little hard, but not that badly. clean bot.
Alert. Cleaner bot present.
Oh, that's a security system, all right.
Anyone there? I'm having a look.
No prisoner!
What's this? Knock them out! No!
Jeez! Your end at our hands, freak!
Well, that was not what I
Well, are you anything?
Clara, please. I asked you not to get involved, and yet you got yourself involved. So much. I wanted to do this stealthily, but you insisted on getting involved. Goodness. Okay, the conference room appears to be clear. Drop some credits. Okay, he's friendly. Okay, he's friendly. We don't need a spider bomb. We definitely don't need a spider bomb. Security chief.
I don't think you're gonna want
how things going?
Alex.
Who are you? And how do you know who I am?
I'm the security chief for this facility. We were alerted to your presence shortly after your arrival in Cairo.
How did you survive the raid?
Of course.
Let's
The
just say I
security
have a few
chief.
tricks up my sleeve, kind of like you do.
So you're modified.
So you're modified?
Yep, some of the best new tech. Probably even some stuff you don't have yet. Then again, maybe you don't need it.
So this is the guy they want. That makes a bit more sense, but also, do I really want to kill this man? He's done nothing but be relatively polite. But do I really want to grab his organs?
I know we just deployed some troops somewhere in Europe.
I'll find the person. Oh, no! Oh.
You what? You say what, my good sir? You say what?
Dr. Nassif should be here shortly. She's actually been working with the subjects directly, and I can hardly wait to ask her what they're like.
Well, standard workplace. With new transfers. Oh, mouse got lost again. I'm not sure why the game does that, where it just loses focus of the mouse. Though I did interrupt their little conversation. He did say they were deploying people somewhere in Europe. That's concerning, to say the least. So if I had to guess, this is a place that does the research, whereas the other one does the implementation. I think that's, yeah, that's about the size of the map, so I'd expect as much.
There she is, up ahead. Dr. Nassif turned you into a lab specimen, Alex. No one will blame you for killing her.
That's an aggressive friend bot. I see that biomod canister too. And the fact that I can disable these robots, or at least turn them on each other, is very good.
Danger. Hull integrity failing. Psychic origins of the assault. Level maximum.
I am friend robot. Bot has been disabled. Camera is what's going to cause us a problem. Potentially a problem, at least. What's the current biomod status again? Level 2, max cloak, strength max. Move silent is needed. We definitely need more move silent.
Target located.
That robot no longer wants to patrol the way he should. We might get the code, though. So if we keep things between us and camera... Yep, there's Nassif. Okay, so because we snuck our way in that way, we bypassed everything but the camera. Alright, Doctor. You've got some explaining to do.
Knights Templar are already tearing our organization apart. The last thing we need is one of our own fishing for classified information.
You could have told me and the other trainees about the experiments.
Here you are, our biggest secret, walking straight into a deployment of Templars. Surely you've guessed. You're the next generation of the technology MJ-12 used to create JC Denton. You are the third Denton prototype, a clone of JC.
MJ-12? The offshoot of the Illuminati? This is almost unbelievable. They're the ones who started the Grey Death. I was supposed to be part of a plot to take over the world?
Yes.
Until your older brother, JC, broke up their network and in the process caused the world economic collapse. When you were 5, Apostle Corps moved you and your foster parents to Chicago.
From Area 51. My parents always said we were from Palm Springs. So was JC Denton here? Is that who you're protecting?
The directors of this facility are either dead or captured. JC was never one of them, but I don't know who was running this lab. There wasn't much communication between the different cells.
That's all you know
That
about
was
the leaders?
probably done on
I'm
purpose.
as ignorant as you. I did see the Paladins remove a cryogenically frozen body. Maybe that was the facility director. Maybe a botched experiment. Who knows?
So this is the end of Apostle Corps?
In Cairo, maybe so. I've been trying to reach Trier, Germany, our last hidden base, but all lines are down. I found out that the leader of that cell is a man named Tracer Tong. He's the only one who can contact JC. If you insist on tracking down our leaders, you can hire a pilot at the Pequods on level 107 and go to Trier.
Oh.
What's going on?
Oh, watch it!
Clara!
Change your mind!
Sorry. What the hell were you up to, Clara? Just waltzed in here, started shooting. Good God, woman, what did you expect me to do?
No second thoughts and no violence. I'll protect Dr. Nassif myself if I have to. Wonder what Alex is up to.
Sorry, Clara.
Not now.
You know Chief Morgan's orders. Start the interrogation.
Sorry,
I
Clara.
hope this is a psychological test on Nassif and not you stalling so you can carry out
I
some
can't
vendetta.
talk right
I will
now.
uphold the WTO's regulations and stop you myself.
I didn't mean to smack her, but... Well, I did mean to smack her, but that's because I didn't know it was her. Good Lord. If I'd known you were going to cause a scene like that, I would have... taken out the camera myself. Good Lord, Clara. Made a headache for me. By making me panic. What? I've got plenty of multi-tools. There. Now we are forever silent.
The Knights Templar are...
You could have told...
Here you are, our biggest...
MJ-12?
And yes, we are, in fact, the third clone.
Directors of this facility.
That's all you...
I'm as ignorant as you.
So that...
Adam is, in fact...
So, I've been trying...
He is, in fact, the third clone.
No second thoughts and no violence. I'll protect Dr. Nassif myself if I have to.
The WTO wants to know some specifics about your research, Dr. Nassif, and where it's still being
Yeah,
carried
Alex
out.
is the, in
Tell me
fact,
more about
the
this
third
Tracer
one.
Tong in the facility in Trier.
There's another Apostle Corps lab near the Black Gate, with the usual facilities, plus one major difference. A teleportation gate that can take you to J.C. Denton.
Is that a unique detail?
It's the only one. Alex, I understand you're under pressure from the WTO, but you don't have to become their puppet. Get to JC and do what you can to finish this project. If you do that, it won't matter who controls this research, because the fruits of all this work will be available to everyone.
Good work. Chief Morgan will be pleased.
So, in summary, I suppose, we are in fact the third clone of the third Denton brother, technically, the youngest of the three, and technically, I was gonna say, we technically weren't the body in the cloning chamber because, well, that part wasn't true because we were already like 5 years old when that happened. Yes, he's actually in his middle 20s, Alex Denton is. And that's what the D is. The D is for Denton. So yeah, you were already removed from the cloning chamber. And that is why Alex was so important. So yeah, Alex is in fact extremely important to this whole Apostle Corps, and it would appear JC Denton, at the very least, is behind all of this shenanigans in some way. Possibly even behind Apostle Corps itself. We could hire a pilot at Pequod's. A long history with the Dentons. Well, not that long of a history predating. Well, he was an ally of Paul, so yeah. That is a possibility.
Alex, you seem to have business in many different places.
Indeed, Ava, we do.
Are you still sitting in your helicopter on the landing pad?
I've finished my search of Cairo. I'm ready for the next destination.
And you don't care where I'm headed. You're ready to go anywhere I decide to go.
I've decided that you might be going in the right direction.
Indeed, we might.
Perhaps. If you'd like free transportation, I'll be waiting at the landing pad outside the arcology.
So we've got our choice of Ava or Sid. What are you doing here, Sid?
Sid Black, how'd you end up in Cairo?
Had to get out of town pretty fast. Fortunately, this guy Leo needed a ride and could give me some fuel money.
Leo Jankowski?
Leo,
I went to
huh?
school with that guy, briefly.
Yeah, good kid.
Very
Got a chip on
briefly.
his shoulder, though. What about you? Your eyes look a little bloodshot. Been out in the dust? You should have hired a better flyer. Someone like me could have dropped you in the city.
Maybe next time.
Wherever you want to go, I'll be right here.
I'll let you know.
So we've got our choice of Sid, who tends to drop you off close to objectives, or Ava, who's free, but enables you to do more fun shenanigans.
I'm showing another entry for Alex D in the crime database.
Yes,
what for?
That would be.
You're listed as the investigator who opened a criminal probe into Tarsus Academy.
I investigated
Indeed.
the school, but I didn't know I was part of an official operation.
The Knights Templar have found recruits in strange places. The Enclaves are very concerned about tracking their activities.
And mine too, apparently.
The WTO's security procedures are spelled out in the charter in case you have any questions. Use of incorporated zones is entirely voluntary.
Valid. The Templars are likely very upset at me. You and you. Trying to think, was there any... Oh, there was that one multi-tool in the mosque. That didn't stack. I wonder if it'll stack with this other one we have. Though I wasn't aware of an elevator that took us directly to here. Though I imagine Lynn is going to be very upset at us.
The mosque is a weapons-free zone. To enter, you must submit...
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for your complaint.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of this one. This entrance into the mosque. Ah, Billy has disappeared. Unfortunate for us. It leads us directly to the basement, too. How unusual.
Oh.
If I remember right, it's hiding over here. Yep, those two stack. So apparently there's two separate IDs for multi-tools. Weird. Weird and unusual.
If you're ready to head out, just exit the area.
I was about to say we should head for a top-up before we go to Trier. But should we really?
No more congestion. No more fatigue. Use Vitatech Cure 11.
Jankowski?
The Omar are safe. Thanks for the tip.
Would you like to make it?
No, thank you.
This gig is working out.
We most definitely are maintaining a very tenuous balance between the Order and the WTO. Though we are very much on the side of the Omar. Well, they've not done anything to mess with us or do anything or... Oh, I hear Ava.
Just wait till
Yeah, we really don't want to... We don't need to kill him. And that's just straight up murder for murder's sake, and I disagree with that in its entirety. Alright, Ava, take us places.
Okay, my passenger. Where do you want to go?
Trier. Take me to Trier.
Take me to Trier, Germany.
What's in Trier?
I'm looking for somebody. That's all you need to know.
What's the name? I've been to Trier many times.
It wouldn't be wise for me to discuss it.
No,
Let's
it
go.
wouldn't.
As you wish. How fortunate that we found each other. We've both lost someone, but now, with each other's help, maybe our luck will change.
Possibly, Ava. Possibly. Ah, there's... That statue looks highly familiar.
I heard that some of the striking workers broke into a meeting and kidnapped Her Holiness. Can you believe it?
Oh dear. The order is...
Good luck with research. Whenever I'm looking for someone in Trier, I start at the Nine Worlds Tavern on the west side of the city. Your odyssey is beginning to intrigue me, Alex.
As it should. I lost it again. There's that statue again. Yeah.
Get stuck out here.
Sorry, no access to the Black Gate without the proper clearance.
Is something going on?
Nah, it's just another part of the citywide lockdown, along with the curfews, to try to regain control after the riots broke out at Panzerworks.
How can I get the clearance to other parts of Trier?
Yeah.
Wish I could help. If you have a problem with the new policies, talk to someone at the SSC station across the square.
Headquarters made it clear. No exceptions.
Now that's unfortunate, but I guess that makes sense.
This is SSC headquarters for Trier.
What happened at the Panzerworks?
Live from Cairo, where the headmaster of a Tarsus Academy has been taken into SSC custody. Parents are in an uproar over the discovery that Silas Archer was actually a member of the fanatic anti-biomodification.
Oh yeah, he was. He was a Knights Templar.
Working undercover at the school with designs on a number of the top students. Apparently, he had orders to murder these children. Fortunately, his plan was uncovered in time.
Hi, I'm NG Resonance. I depend on my singing voice. That's why I drink Pequod's coffee. Nanoscale scrub bots are brewed right into every serving, so the sensitive tissues in your throat are strengthened and repaired with every swallow. Pretty cool, huh? Not to mention the edge it gives me before a big show. I don't know what I'd do without my Pequods.
Well, there's that going to be there.
Whether it's a concert where people get a little out of hand or a lonely walk home late at night, for the times when you need a little extra punch, Horde Riot Control products.
Pigeons. Right off the gate with another loading zone. I'll never get over how bad this is. Like how many small zones they are. They are tiny.
If anybody screwed up today, it was us. Security.
The commander can answer your questions.
Name and business, please.
Maxwell.
Alex D. Who are you?
Vera Maxwell, Executive Commander for the SSC.
For Trier?
No, globally.
Globally? Oh my.
Operations very seriously. You and the other delegates will be able to conduct your business without any distractions.
Are the leaders planning to hold a press conference or anything?
Not today, but Chairman Dumier would like to speak with you. He's in the interrogation room upstairs. Don't worry, no one's going to get interrogated. Just a safety precaution.
The chairman, huh? And why am I considered a delegate? That is extremely suspicious. Like, this is highly suspicious. Ooh, there's a mod canister in there.
tracking infrared threat identified.
J and B. Well, that was unexpected and completely out of order. Apparently both coffee shops, which we've been working with, are owned by the same person, same company, so the entire coffee war has been for naught. That is slightly hilarious. Also completely out of order because we hadn't even been asked to investigate that. That's funny. Ah, holding cells. Panzerwerk techs. That's unfortunate for them. He doesn't want to talk. Visitation.
Never ends.
Observation room.
Trier is your home. Surely you must have some insight into why they would kidnap your lady, Her Holiness. She is practically a patron saint in this district.
Indeed. The people here are very devout.
Was it the strikers? The Panzerworks Union? I thought they were friends of the church.
I'm afraid that in Trier, even the most faithful are less than pleased by the appearance of their spiritual leader partnering with the WTO.
Your followers must understand the need for dialogue.
I've done my best to explain this summit to them. Frankly, it seems unlikely even to me that the church followers will ever countenance the closed, monolithic communities of the WTO, but I suppose that's a matter for the wise discretion of Her Holiness.
Yes, it is. If she is still alive.
Let's pray that she is.
I appreciate your candor, Luminon. Now, if you'll excuse me. Alex, let's talk. Meet me at the visitation room down the hall.
Well, he knew we were going to be here.
I heard about you guys. Some sort of special ops unit, I guess.
I suppose you could say that.
Hello.
Alright.
Alex, from the Tarsus program.
Chad.
Good work on the interrogation of Dr. Nassif in Cairo. Teleportation, is it? Apostle Corps must have a line on some alien technology.
It does sound a little far-fetched.
Well, if we're lucky, you'll be giving the portal a test drive before too long. Good to have you with us. I had my staff procure this extra biomod canister so that you might be a more effective operative.
Thanks. Apostle Corps must be a pretty serious threat to be a concern to the director of the WTO.
I've been following the Apostle Corps investigation very closely. Your loyalty in this matter would be a great asset. However, we have a more pressing crisis. Her Holiness is missing, along with my security chief, Donna Morgan.
Oh, not Chief Morgan.
Anything I can do to help?
You came to Trier looking for a certain Apostle Corps official. I need you to stay focused on that objective for right now. If I find out that one of these strikers from Panzerworks hurt Her Holiness, though, I might have a slightly more dangerous assignment for you.
I understand.
Let us hope that she hasn't been hurt. We're almost maxed out on mods. I mean, granted, we can always accumulate and override more as necessary, but we are now 100% silent. I would have taken all of those. I don't think we need those.
Real cute.
Sorry. I gave you grenades in exchange. Be happy. It was a fair exchange. 1 energy cell for 2 EMP grenades. I think that's a fair exchange. Right, I'm not wrong there.
You should never have jammed those actuators at Panzerworks and stolen that shipment of welders. Now you will pay.
I keep telling you, we stole nothing.
How stupid do you think we are? Every day we hear the Order accuse Panzerworks of poisoning the river.
We never stole from you. We only employed the necessary tactics to stop you from harming the natural order.
Enough of this garbage. We know what you did, and now you are going to regret it.
I can't handle this. Unusual.
Help me!
Oh.
Not moving. Uh-oh.
Still breathing. Whoever did this can't be far.
Hey, I'm the authority here.
This has got to stop.
This is it.
Get back here!
I'm going to take care of this.
Hey, I'm the authority here.
Where did that order seeker flee to?
Her Holiness comes to Trier to make peace, and her gesture is answered with rioting.
Panzerworks did not take kindly to our efforts to open their eyes to the harm they are causing the Earth.
What can we do? I worry for the safety of Her Holiness.
Have faith. This must be part of some greater order we cannot yet see.
Not now, friend. We are discussing the crisis. The Panzerworks factory has erupted into a riot, and the violence is spreading.
I just kept one of your fellow Seekers from getting killed by a couple of thugs.
Thank you for your bravery and kindness. We're all in danger now. Panzerworks has erupted into a riot just as Her Holiness arrived in Trier to try to soothe tensions between our church members and the factory's workers.
The WTO and Order have long been at odds. Why the sudden flare-up in Trier?
Yeah, this is rather sudden.
Stop polluting this region and restore to nature what is rightfully hers.
But don't the locals depend on the factory for jobs?
We can have jobs and sustainability at the same time. We tried to make this point in our peaceful protests according to Luminon Saman's orders.
Didn't these protests end up shutting down the factory several times?
Some machines were damaged, but no living beings were harmed.
Still, vandalism's a crime, right?
Only if preceded by an impure motivation. However, since Saman's tactics were not working, Her Holiness came to Trier to try and reach some form of truce. Now we have no idea where she is.
Really? Maybe I should look into this.
Trier's just been a circus lately.
Yes, it has. Look at all those weapon mods. If I was looking at a decent weapon, I could use those mods. But there's no point in breaking that glass. Okay, that just led me in a big old circle.
Things are pretty hectic in the HQ offices now.
Yes, they are. Meanwhile, we're getting this slight sting every time. Order graffiti. That is highly suspicious. Cat, stop getting underfoot. Because I do have the mag rail that I've not done anything with. And that's just a pure EMP weapon. So if we install silencer and damage, that makes it just a better version of the Gressel Hunter. But probably does significantly more damage.
Escape this time.
Sorry. Oh, that's where the Nine Worlds Tavern is. Right here. Let's go. See what exists inside of here. That's Sid Black. He's in the cutscene.
The Nine Worlds is a no-weapon zone, strictly enforced since the riots.
So you want me to disarm in the middle of a war zone?
No, you've just got to consent to the standard deactivation procedure before entry. I'll transmit the encrypted safety lock bytecode, which will effectively freeze all your weapons. Sensors at the exit will automatically reactivate everything you're carrying when you leave.
Yes, the standard shenanigans.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on in.
Time again for a talk bullet. In the bullseye today, Chairman Dumier of the WTO. Welcome, Chairman.
Oh. Seems like a very... As I was saying, a very calm bar, if nothing else.
You sure you're locked up?
Nora Guevara has been in my family for 3 generations. I've been locking up since I was a boy.
I told you, those weapon mods are stolen. They don't belong in a display case on the side of the road.
The last place the sorties will look is the Nora Guevara shop. I am a respected businessman.
I'll just be glad when we can make the drop for the Omar. We're having a private conversation.
Indeed you are. However, those are no longer around. Those mods are no longer around. Hey Sid, what are you doing here?
How'd you end up in Trier?
This way and that. Thought I could catch some business when the summit breaks up. Seen the sights yet? Don't mind doing local hops in between stock beer.
How much?
Any hops during the next 24 hours, just 50% more than the going rate for one hop. Can't beat that in this market.
Jeez Louise.
I'll let you know.
$7.50. He's gone up in price.
A member of the Order.
What about you?
Certainly not. I live here in Trier. Seekers here don't care very much for this notion of a summit.
Why not?
We have heard Luminan Saman's call for a return to scripture. In this shard, we read the scripture, the original word of Her Holiness. Not what she says for the camera today, or tomorrow, or 2 weeks ago.
What's the difference?
What's the difference? That's exactly the attitude that opens the door to tyranny in a free state. Remembering only what was said on the last talk show. What's the value of a free press when attention spans are so short?
I was just curious about the summit. Sorry to interrupt.
Her Holiness and Chairman Dumier are making a business deal. It may bring money, it may bring power, but it won't bring balance into the lives of ordinary people.
You sound highly suspect. Oh. Speak of the devil.
Alex D, you're the last
Found
one
him.
to arrive. I suppose that, like the others, you're after my laboratory in the gateway to JC Dental.
Your Tracer Tong.
I see that Dr. Nassif didn't exaggerate about your mental acuity. Yes, I'm Tong. I suppose you will be wanting some answers. You may have already guessed that your true name is Alex Denton.
Dr. Nassif was telling the truth. I'm a clone of J.C. Denton.
With a few postnatal recombinations, yes. But our work has moved away from clones.
So this gateway, I can use it to find J.C. Denton?
Yes. Beneath the ruins of the Black Gate, J.C. constructed a portal to his secret base in Antarctica.
Antarctica,
Only the
huh?
of the Denton cell line can go through. However, the facility is already in the hands of the Templars.
Did the Templars use the portal? How could they unless one of the other trainees...
Unless the Templars have already convinced one of you to go through the gate and murder J.C. Exactly. At a minimum, they have a highly placed spy who has torn apart our organization, starting with Chicago.
What else do you know about this spy?
Whoever it is also helped the Templars kidnap Her Holiness during a meeting with the Panzerworks Union. They are holding her at the Black Gate Laboratory. I'm going to give you a code to a secret entrance, which is in a room on the second floor of the East Tower, 2521. Look for a keypad hidden behind some crates.
For all you know, I'm a Templar myself.
Then Apostle Corps has already lost everything. Rescue Her Holiness. Save the summit for the sake of both factions. They will help you against the Templars. You will need the help of the WTO in order just a little while longer.
I understand.
Here's something to give you an edge. A biomod infusion. It isn't much, but it's all I managed to grab on my way out of the laboratory.
Valid. So... Apostle Corps has apparently been founded by Tong and JC. An odd combination considering Tong's anti-technology stance. Very, very unusual. But also not entirely surprising. He saw that we really...
Alex D. A welcome encounter.
How's the search
Hey,
going?
Ava.
I've made some discoveries. I think that you've brought me to the right place.
What's the passenger's name?
My instructions forbid me to say.
Maybe I could help if I knew who it was.
You've been very helpful already. My computer analyzed the transceiver in your temporal bone and found some interesting data files.
Those are encrypted files.
I found the key some time ago. I will be using your eyes and ears to gather more data. As compensation, if you need a pilot for any reason, I will be available.
I'll check back when I need a pilot, Ava. So yeah. Tong created Apostle Corps, which has continued the research into biomods, using Alex as one of the test subjects. He's created a series of augmented individuals using a universal augment thing, retrovirus more or less, that rewrites the code your genetic code in order to be compatible, which they weren't all compatible, and now thanks to these Templars things have gone sideways. Thanks to whoever these Templars are.
May you be shielded from chaos.
That's a med kit. We did not need a med kit. So clearly things have gone very, very wrong. And now, Her Holiness has been kidnapped when she's trying to negotiate with the WTO for whatever reason she is doing that. And so things are going really weird and really sideways.
Chairman Dumier of the WTO here. So you found that old fool Twister Dong. I would like to know what you were talking about. Please report to the Trier SSC station.
No doubt you would like to know.
After all the equipment they wrecked and stole in the name of preserving the natural order, I do not understand why the WTO would agree to a summit with these freaks.
The order is not so aggressive in other cities. This Saman just went extreme on them.
It is why we had to do something. The summit is useless. We need to chase them out of Trier entirely.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but yes, I am tired of paying for their crimes. Every time they mess with the plant, it comes out of my paycheck.
It's a valid point. We'll talk maybe with Mr. Chad.
How are you?
Hello.
That riot was started by the workers. That's the order.
The workers, they just want a production bonus. But now they get nothing because the Seeker sabotage has pushed them off schedule.
Panzerwerk bonuses are an insult. The order is taking on the corrupt management on behalf of labor, hurting Nova, only damaging machines.
Seekers, more like sneakers.
A few extreme activists, that's all. Her Holiness came here to try to settle it peacefully, and Panzerwerk responds by erupting into riots.
If SSC would have shut down the order months ago, there would be no riot. And we would not be living under lockdown now.
Difficult discussions.
I can tell you what happened to your lawsuit.
Who are you? Some PR man coming to talk me out of it? I will not give in. Pequod's runs ads on the public terminal right across the street from my shop, and they don't even have a branch in Trier.
That's true.
That illegal?
It's false advertising if the product doesn't exist, right? I would like to know why the authorities are ignoring this situation.
Pequods and Queequods.
Yeah, it's because of the same company.
People. It's one company. I saw the proof in the SSC evidence room.
I don't understand.
You're suing your own company, and the owners don't want the truth to come out in court.
Yeah.
You mean all of this, my business, the competition with Pequods, it's all some sort of fabrication?
Yep.
Well, it's not
a
unusual for a company to promote more than one brand of a product.
Unbelievable. They've deceived millions, hundreds of millions of people. We can't let them get away with this. Thank you. You saved me the hassle of hiring any more lawyers. I hope you'll accept a small reward.
I suggest you report this to the media. Force the parent.
Yeah, let's make him try and make it public.
They can trick me into serving their illegal scheme? The answer is no, my friend. The answer is no.
Good luck.
And that's the end of Coffee Wars.
Must be private security for one of the factions.
Not exactly.
Not exactly.
Who wants to know?
Name's David Kurzek. These are dangerous times.
Is this a sales pitch? Why don't you get to the punchline?
I think we both know what we're talking about. I'm a representative of the Omar black market. I can arrange a meeting if you wish.
I didn't know the Omar employed non-cyborgs.
Normally I'm just a supplier, but with the summit happening, they need a rep who doesn't draw a lot of attention. Go to the abandoned Cairo shop above the Nine Worlds Tavern, a place called Derbil Attender Robin. I'll let the Omar know they should expect a customer.
Oh, that's where the Omar are hiding at.
I forgot her birthday again.
There's almost always an Omar hiding somewhere.
How is it going?
Yes. How are you?
Hey, watch where you're going.
Just an ATM. That's the helipad. Or a helipad. Well, I only know my way around this via one part of the circle. There's those mods we acquired. Oh, there's the helipad. It's right at the tavern. Of course. Of course.
The Nine Worlds is a...
So you want me to...
No, you've just got to consent to the standard deactivation procedure.
Here you go.
Thanks for your cooperation.
Oh, my friends. Why are there 2 guards? This is suspicious.
Your business is with the trader. I provide defense should the need arise.
Yes. It appears Kerzak has found us another
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah. He told
What
me
have you
where to
got?
And the Amar are grateful to you for your help in avoiding the Templar raid in Cairo.
I did what I had to do.
You will appreciate our merchandise. You are a welcome customer, having helped us
I mean,
in
we
the past.
have helped them many a time. What do you got?
I have a black market biomod canister. Enables non-piezo chem functionality. If you choose this item, we will direct you to a drop site for it after you have paid. Or you could take 3 scrambler grenades, which produce viral electronic transmission that affect
Ooh, multi-tools.
switches their alliances. And I also have 5 multi-tools used to bypass
Now
security
those are
devices
useful.
like keypads, cameras, and turrets, and 2 big locks. As a preferred customer, you may purchase items at half market price.
I'll take the biomod.
Black market biomod sound.
The drop site is the Blackgate Ruins, West Tower, top floor, in an unmarked silver footlocker.
Got it.
An excellent exchange. Would you like to make a
Yes, I will take the multi-tools.
I'll take the multi-tools.
an excellent?
And, yep, those have filled up my inventory. Excellent. It's a mess of a room, however. It's a mess of a room. Scrambler grenades are useless to us. So really, all there is to talk to Chad. It is suspicious, of course, that the Order decided to talk to the WTO now of all times. And especially since it's Chad. And we did have a brief talk with Her Holiness, and she sounded vaguely French. That is... I'm not saying that she's a problem, but something's definitely going on
Tracer
here.
Tong. He says that Her Holiness is being held by the Templars.
Interesting. Is he sure? We've noticed some Templar activity on the north side of town.
The Apostle Corps laboratory is underneath the Black Gate. That's where she's being held.
I'm glad you are willing to betray Tong's confidence.
He said I should get your help. Perhaps we all have a common enemy now.
Not likely. Tong always has an ulterior motive, at least where I am concerned. You have my authority to attempt to arrest you, but stay away from that old fool. He will lure you into the criminal underworld.
I'll keep that in mind.
Here's a key to the gate in the courtyard. Like I said, the facility is on the north side of the city. If anything happens to Her Holiness, I don't want to imagine what will become of the Order.
Yeah. If anything happens to her, things could go really weird for the Order. That much is certain. Well, we can go to the Black Gate now.
Standing watch all day, not my idea of fun.
I think we've done everything we can currently in Trier. Yes?
Hang on. There's a Templar military bot on patrol near this sector. You may want to rethink travel in this area.
And we had a crash. That was unusual. Let's see if that's consistent.
Hang on. There's a Templar military bot on patrol near this...
I can take care of myself. Why isn't SSC just...
There we
getting rid
go.
of it?
We've got our hands full. Most of our guards are at headquarters providing security for the summit.
So you're just going to cede this territory?
We're waiting for reinforcements and our own mech detachment before we move in. This is way more firepower than we're prepared to deal with, especially with our resources focused at HQ. But if you can take care of a millbot on your own, be my guest.
And we can. We have proven... Jeez Louise. We have proven that.
Target acquired. Engaging. You will be destroyed. Assessing damage. Danger. Hull integrity failing. Accessing to severe damage.
Good.
Analyzing. Unacceptable. Please police your own behavior.
Bot is down.
Impressive work taking down that bot.
Well, yes. And it only cost one life. It said West Tower? Oh, the castle. We might be able to one-shot a camera now. No, we still cannot.
I will keep this area secure. You must have no idea who you're messing with.
We've got to find those Omar and eliminate them. How dare they operate true?
No! Ah!
Wherever you are, you're making a...
We will be invisible. Set on top of the West Tower in a unmarked silver container. Yep. There's our biomod. 6 black biomod canisters. I'm not sure how they got up here in order to deliver that, but I appreciate the effort.
Hang on. Your time. No.
You must have snuck through that door. A shame.
I think I just saw him. I'm not playing. No.
Yeah, that's just much more. Yeah, that's much more aggressive than even what Adam Jensen would do. Just walk up and walk. By far more aggressive. Like, this is not stealth anymore. This is... I mean, it's technically stealth, but that's all this is. Man. Oh, hello. Goodbye. I may have even walked by that man and didn't even notice. Huh. I mean, clearly... Oh, there's Robot. Well, we've definitely reached the point in any Deus Ex game where the protagonist can be very overpowered if you've built them right. Especially melee. Especially stealth melee. Like, there's always a point in every Deus Ex game where that is the case. Stealth can, in fact, be extremely powerful. Oh. Ah, it did say crates. Oh, sorry, sir. I did not mean to kill you like that, but, you kinda got in my way. I did accidentally drop a box on you. Can I close the door? Yes. We have found the entrance. A couple more energy cells. Travel to the lab itself. She is in fact being held here in the lab. Oh. You go hiding in the elevator. Stealth will still be required. Stealth is still going to be required, though it becomes less of a thing. The zone seems to be clear now. go hiding in here.
I don't know where he is, but he'd better show up soon. The facility here is being raided by the Templars. So far, we're holding our own, but I don't know how much longer that will last. This may be my last transmission.
I remember we got that transmission. We saw the second half of that. Like, directly. The master code. Oh, there's 3 canisters in there. Oh, we've got way too many multi-tools. I was gonna blow it up, but we've got 27 multi-tools. And those are regular biomod canisters, which means we could now overwrite any one of our powers with a black biomod and then bring it back with absolutely no problem. I think this is the first time I've ever had this many biomod canisters on me. So, I get that the balance is a bit more easily maxed out your powers, and you can swap them in and out as you need. That still feels a bit weird. Come on, why am I walking so slowly up that? There we go. No, no, you don't get to help. Or get in the way. Well, we can't turn that on and off. Also, the fact that this is built on the castle gates of the ruins of the Black Gate. Blackgate Castle, that is...
Who's there? Why is there... I'll
Ah. Whoops, walked into that one. The reason I find that funny is mostly due to the Grail. No, you guys do not get to do anything. Anyway, as I was saying before I got rudely massacred, whoa, among everything else that happened.
I think I just... Bully! I'm ready for you.
No. Good thing I got rid of these 2 guys. Just need to stick their bodies somewhere. Probably... Probably in the elevator. They joined their friend. They joined their friend in the elevator. Anyway, before I got interrupted multiple times on that, I find the Black Gate being such an apt name due to my exposure to specifically Ultima 7. The Black Gate, which has similar things with a teleportation or fast travel gate. It is kind of weird that it exists in both as some type of secret thing. Here we go. We have a variety of controls and powers. Though, what did I miss? I missed something in here that gave me that code. There it is. Terminal and door keys. Yeah, you didn't even get an option. Because you didn't deserve it. Not after what you did. Not that we know exactly what they did, but they definitely did something. Oh, that's a problem. That's undergone some severe headache. I'm surprised they didn't have more bots for security. They had these little spider bots, but... Thank you for finally dying.
You've restored power to the experimental device on the lower level. Good, you're thinking ahead. But you'll have to come back later to bring it online. You don't know enough about it yet.
That is true. I just happen to be exploring, Chad. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how I survived that. That was not my plan. I don't know what my plan was, but that clearly was not it. Whatever the plan was, that wasn't it. Let's just put it that way. Not that there was that much of a plan. We don't have much of an objective other than to find Her Holiness somewhere in here. We don't know where she's being held. Shoot, we don't even have a map of the facility. Oh. Well, maybe upper maintenance? No, just the reactor room, the generator room. Pod friend.
Repairing damage. Repairs complete.
Oh, radiation.
Initiating repairs. Finished.
Thank you, bot friend. I'm assuming that scientist was heading to try and activate the other generator and failed. That almost fell down again. I think the silent feat definitely has increased our fall. Okay, so she's not over here. Not in the Tracer Tong lab. Not in the main generator room. Not along the maintenance. Ah, she might be in the control room. In containment. That'd be a spot to stick someone. And that looks like Her Holiness. Possibly. She's a hooded figure, that's for sure. Triple and wrist, managed to take a photo of the machine. Related to Denton and his ultimate destination. Yeah, they're definitely using this as a staging area. Everyone else is technically alive still. If this is Her Holiness, we will have freed her, and hopefully she's in a good mood. Wait, she's not hooded. Morgan? That's Morgan. You look familiar. Why do you look familiar?
Are you Her Holiness? It's strange seeing you as just another person.
Yes, I'm just another ordinary human being like you. My name is Nicolette Duclair.
Chairman Dumier, the leader of the opposition,
Nicolette.
has special interest in your safety.
The WTO wishes no harm to come to Her Holiness. This summit was to be an opportunity to soothe the tensions between our organizations and to root out the extremists causing trouble in Trier.
I'm impressed that you would protect the leader of your adversaries.
It's okay, Chief Morgan. We can tell him the truth.
The truth?
Alex, the WTO and Order are not as they seem. They are but different faces of the same organization.
Yes. Heir of the Illuminati continued to do her own thing.
My mother was the Illuminatus Beth Duclair. The WTO and Order are merely the tools Chad and I are presently using to elevate humanity to the next level.
I know, it's overwhelming. I've dedicated myself to the WTO only to find out it's just a myth they created.
If the WTO and Order aren't actually opposing entities, then what's the point of this summit?
The real opposition right now comes from the Templars, the militant anti-biomodification group. the summit was only a cover to justify our public presence in Trier. Our true goal was to investigate rumors of a Templar splinter cell within the Order.
And what did you find?
With the help of Agent Morgan, I learned that Lumenon Saman is the traitor. He has converted most of the Trier Shard to his extremist views, incited the riots, and has been stealing equipment from the Panzerworks factory.
Saman? He's behind this?
Of course he is.
Everything. My kidnapping, the disabling of the gate. He's taken a critical component from it, the sequencing module, to the Order Church in Rockstadt, where his group is headquartered. Once you get that module from him, you'll be able to use the gate.
Thank God she's all right. Good work. My people will secure the facility. In the meantime, we should follow up on what Her Holiness learned about Lumenon Saman. Go to the tavern and hire a pilot. If you would like a map of Saman's compound, report to the SSC station on your way across town.
There's a gray in here. That is very weird.
Mr. Dumier sent me to safeguard Mr. Claire's return.
She's all yours.
Thank you. I will be assuming command of this facility. Your presence is no longer required.
So, the Illuminati continue to exist. JC did not completely destroy them because Beth and Chad have done a lot and created this attempt at control, and it is backfired due to people. People being people and seeking out more extremist views the longer they go on. It's the way of many organizations. Just because Denton can survive, Alex can survive a fall, doesn't mean I should just throw him off of ledges. Although that trooper had that same pale skin that the agents did in the original Deus Ex. Just slightly upgraded. Which is concerning. The Illuminati still have their old tricks that they're up to. Which is problematic. We really Would I be surprised if Tong was not involved in this? Like, Tong was very anti-Illuminati, but he was more anti-technology than Illuminati. He hated both, but I always got more the impression that he was more... How did you... You know, I'm not gonna question how you beat me here.
Your followers haven't expelled you yet?
Word is leaking out that Her Holiness and I have been secretly working together. I think we can spin that into diplomatic ties.
Or private negotiations. How does that sound, darling?
No need for people to have the perception that we started these organizations for some other purpose.
Unless somebody tells
True.
them.
I could tell them myself. They would think it was the same old story. The Illuminati secretly controlling the world. Who? Some might believe it, but everybody else would laugh in my face.
People want to believe certain things about their leaders.
This is
That's
true.
always been our key to power.
You said you had a map of the Templar compound.
Yes, of course. Here you are. Find the sequencing module. Go through the gateway to JC Sanctuary. We have our own interest in protecting JC Denton from the Templars.
I would think that you and Apostle Corps would be bitter enemies.
We are, but first the clam must give up its pearl. Good luck, Special Agent Denton. We will call on you when the time comes. In case you need a pilot to take you to the compound, the Nine Worlds Tavern is a good place to hire one.
Now, the funny thing is, Ava has been watching this entire time. And she is, of course, free. So, the Illuminati continue to exist, now as a duopoly, with the two of them. Pigeon.
Keep clear. I'm kind of jumpy today.
Ava is not at the location. Interesting. So, they still don't trust Apostle Corps, but they've got use for JC.
The Nine Worlds is a no weapon.
So you want me to disarm?
No, you've just got to consent to the standard deactivation procedure.
Here you go.
Thanks for your cooperation.
So that is to be expected.
We're having a private conversation.
Oh, right. She's over with Tong. Alright, Tong.
I found Her Holiness. Turns out she's Nicolette Duclair, an Illuminatus.
Of course she is. That was my precise purpose in sending you to save her, so that you would believe me when I say that we face a great danger. The Illuminati have been very successful at reshaping the post-collapse.
Yeah, they have.
Control of our technology would allow them to create a hand-picked ruling elite.
How can they simultaneously support the ideals of the Order and the commercialism of the WTO?
The Illuminati have always sought just one thing: centralization. Centralization of wealth, power, and
that is
ideology.
true.
The implementation details are unimportant.
So they centralize wealth with the WTO and ideology with the Order. What about power?
That they hope to get from us.
Ah.
Work with our charming co-conspirators just a little while longer. When you have the sequencing module for the gate, we'll be free to contact JC on your own.
Clearly, things are developing very, very quickly. And this is another problem I find with Invisible War, is that it jumps. I mean, granted, the original Deus Ex also jumped very quickly from step to step to step to step, but there was a lot more build-up in between.
My chopper is ready when you are.
I need someone to take me to the Raustadt neighborhood.
As you wish. I will meet you on the rooftop next to the tavern.
Like, there was no stop between, hey...
The whole reason I joined the Order was to get away from factory models.
I mean, there was no... absolutely no breakneck, no stop to even think between, hey, you're playing as Alex Denton, you're Denton, oh yeah, the Illuminati are still in existence, oh yeah, Tracer Tong's behind everything, oh yeah, JC's possibly behind and linked with all of this somehow, and oh yeah, Templars are the big nasty enemy. Just boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's all the conspiracies tied up, but awfully quick. Like, in 3 hours, we went from, okay, nano plague in Cairo to, oh yeah, the conspiracy theorists are still in existence and everywhere, and still causing headaches. And, alright, Ava.
You are becoming a very interesting source of information. I will help you to recover the component for the teleportation device.
More decryptions of my communications?
I'm your friend, Alex. The more I know, the better I can protect you.
Just get me to the Raustadt, and try not to draw too much attention.
Indeed.
Business.
Let's go to Raustadt.
As you wish.
Possibly confronting, Saman himself. Maybe. Well, more accurately, there's probably going to be power armor in place. Oh, that rat fell from the sky.
Blessed be, blessed be.
Something wrong?
Demons, catch me!
Sorry, never mind.
First, they run me out of the Lord's house, then they chase me out of the tunnels.
You used to live at the cathedral?
I was the last believer. Then the cultists moved in. I went back once, through the basement tunnels. That's how I saw the ritual.
A secret entrance to the cathedral?
It was for utilities. Then the canal dried up and you could get in from outside. One of these times, I'm gonna set a fire.
So, canals, huh? Well, we don't need to go there.
The records show that empty wastewater canal connects every building in this district. Perhaps the local residents know more. I've been investigating this district myself due to occurrences of my passenger's name in certain communications.
Strange. No prisoners!
How can you live? No!
Now that was unexpected. Unfortunately for you, you walked into the wrong location. Nah, sounds like we accidentally set off an alarm.
System disruptions.
We accidentally activated a turret, I should say.
Greetings. Well met. Oh no!
Ooh, biomod canisters.
The zone seems to be clear now.
And I believe... Oh, this is Templar City is what they call it. Those are black market biomod canisters. Now we've got 8 of them. Oh right, we missed the one back in the archaeology on purpose. Canals. Still the safest way in, probably. Oh, and the game crashed. The game has gotten less and less stable. The longer we go, the game becomes less and less stable. And it's not entirely surprising, but... It's not surprising that it's becoming less and less stable. That bot did, in fact, hurt quite a bit. But once again, we've reached a point of being as strong as we can be. Is a little on the overpowered side. Oh, was this the canal that Ava was talking about? She mentioned the canal, but I didn't see it. Oh, that would have been past... That was past the first guy who saw me. Silly me. I just wanted to disable that turret to disable that turret. Clearly, oh good God. They really don't want people coming in. I don't see any one or anything else. Oh God. I saw them. With the game becoming more and more unstable, gotta be a bit more liberal with our safety saves. Once again, the stealth powers become obscenely good. Possibly a bit too good. I don't remember them being quite this effective. I mean, they were. But there was a lot more sneaking. But that was also because I had not chosen the... Oh, the sneak skill also required energy to use, and I wasn't using a lot of it. And I am, in fact, missing out on special weapons. This much is certain. There are several different kinds of special weapons. Like our pistol. In the game. That I know I've missed by now. I'll take the energy cell. And there is only one black market mod canister left in the game. Yeah, that brings me up to 9, 10, 11. What all did I miss? The prison cell and the evidence room. Okay, so I've missed 2 of them on purpose. No, I grabbed the one in the evidence room. They've got 13 labeled here. I did not expect that camera. Those guys are gonna cause problems.
Some kind of reactor or something.
Why'd they build it under the Black Gate?
I guess they figured nobody would go looking for laboratories under an old Roman fortification.
I'd like to know what it does. That woman, Adams, I think she knows. She got all queer when I asked about it.
I heard she turned it on.
Yeah?
She went in there and threw the switch. There was an electrical fire.
Billy,
the
huh?
guy I was talking to went in to rescue her, but when he got there, she was gone.
My little visitor seems to have moved along. No matter. Anomaly detected.
You're inside. Good.
No!
Sequencing module should be on Saman's private computer, or when you reach the Luminon's command area.
Been drummed senseless. No!
Billy.
System disruption significant.
So Billy. Billy's been working with the Templars. It's worse than we thought with Billy then.
Tracking and threat identified.
Oh, the entire door's been blown off. Ah, and that stupid thing killed all of them. So Billy.
Severe damage.
So it was Billy. She's the reason the Black Gate's been disrupted.
You aren't so special anymore, Denton. Maybe you remember Billy Adams.
Lumen and Saman, where are you?
She's as much Denton as you, thanks to the Apostle Core infusions. I sent her through the teleporter to locate and kill JC.
Of course you did.
About 3 hours behind, if my clock is right. I now know where the teleporter takes its passengers. My people are closing in on JC's sanctuary this very second.
Your enemies know who you are. You can't hide for long.
Little do you realize how vulnerable they will be if I can use JC's power against them. I can remain hidden long enough for Billy to complete her assignment. Then it will be your turn to hide.
So they're after whatever JC was building. Wherever he's at. Oh, repair bot friend. Repair bot friend is always worth. Is always worth everything to access. Alex. Get on top of bot, thank you.
Repairs complete.
Energy energy cell. We'll take that. Clearly this was one of the side passages. Spawn is just begging for me to actually kill him, but... Not that I necessarily would. But he's asking for it. Really is asking for it. He really is asking me to just come up and behind him and just slice and dice. In his own personal chambers, what do you have? A sniper rifle. Ah, the module. We now have the module.
Good. Now meet your pilot outside and return to Trier. We're going to find out if this teleportation device really works.
Tarsus tracking report 1242. Clara Sparks. She is naive but loyal. She's allied herself with the WTO, who've placed her high in the ranks, owing to her abilities. Intel suggests that Dumier has recognized her special abilities as well.
Yeah.
And seems to be treating her as a special protege. She was last seen in Trier, dispatched for security for the Order WTO summit.
Tarsus tracking report 1351. Leo Jankowski. Last seen in Cairo among the Omar.
Yep.
First assassination attempt unsuccessful. He is still alive. Unclear the nature of his relationship with the cyborgs. Appears to be a simple mercenary, but the Omar will study his biomod technology. Recommend upgrade to Omar threat classification.
Tarsus tracking report 4117. Alex D. There are concerns that D may be the greatest threat among his peers.
Oh.
Last seen in Cairo, questioning Layla Nassif for the WTO. Intel suggests that he now has objectives in Trier. This makes it imperative that we get our agent through the gate immediately and shut it down. Tarsus tracking report 1242. Clara Sparks. She is naive but loyal. She's allied herself.
The only one they don't have a tracking report on is Billy. Because they've been tracking her for a long time.
Repairing damage. Functionality restored.
And she's been working with them for a long time. So they wouldn't need a report on her. Why would they? She's their agent. Always has been their agent. Yeah, and we've already disabled all of the Templars here. So it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. We could tell Crazy Wendy that her...
Belief needs no armaments.
Now that is a...
Somebody there? Aha! Alex.
Clara!
I have something to tell you about Chairman Dumier.
Yeah?
It's... I can hardly believe it. He doesn't really work for the WTO. The whole organization is a sham.
I know.
Yeah.
You know? But he told me not to tell you. What's going on?
I'm not sure. He and Nicolette Duclair admitted everything to me. He wants me to go through the Apostle Corps teleporter that connects to J.C. Denton's sanctuary. Only the trainees can use it. Billy already went through on a mission for the Templars.
Billy? A Templar?
Yeah.
Wow, am I the only one without a secret alliance?
Billy's been working for the Templars all along. She single-handedly brought down Apostle Corps. and help destroy our home city.
I could go through the teleporter too, right? I wonder why Chairman Dumier ordered me to stay here and secure the church.
Maybe you should follow me to Antarctica. Billy would hardly be a match for both of us.
I don't know. I think I'd better play it safe right now.
Are you sure?
Chairman Dumier is watching me very closely. I'd better stay behind. Besides, I still believe in the WTO, just not its leader.
Well, I suppose, Billy. I mean, Clara. She is loyal.
Who is the woman?
Much like Leo is.
An associate of mine.
She has the same occipital implants as you do. Interesting.
I don't have time for small talk. Take me back to downtown Trier.
As you wish.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Very well. Alex, may I give you some advice?
I really need to be getting back.
What seems like victory may simply be the first stage of your defeat.
You sound like you know something I don't.
Be careful of Luminant Saman.
What's it to you?
I've seen others fall for his pretty deceptions. They've ended up doing unspeakably ugly things.
I appreciate the concern, but I can think for myself.
I hope you can, Alex. I sincerely hope you can.
And once again, we find ourselves back in Trier.
The Templars are one step ahead of us, but not for long. Repair the gate with the sequencing module.
What's happening? I've heard strange stories about Her Holiness.
Like what?
Just rumors. But is it true? Did she make a secret alliance with the WTO?
I was not expecting Ken to show up. Let's try and keep the order somewhat passive.
Chairman Dumier's concern for your leader.
We don't need the order and the Templars on our back.
A rescue attempt.
When I say that to people, they laugh and call me naive.
Just another conspiracy theory. Does anyone have proof?
All I want is to understand what happened. The kidnapping, Saman leaving the church, a Templar army.
It's a hard time for the church, but this is when Her Holiness needs your support. Tell her your concerns. She will put your mind at ease.
Perhaps you're right. May she forgive my doubt. I grew up in post-collapse Hong Kong. My parents were Max Chen and Maggie Chow, conspirators involved with MJ-12. My worst fear is that I'll give my allegiance to a deceptive cause. May order prevail.
The Templars are one step ahead of us, but not for long. Repair the gate with the sequencing module. Find your long-lost order on the other side, then wait for my order.
That's Maggie Chow's daughter.
There's more to tell you about JC's condition and why you are so important.
Maybe if I went...
Remember my advice, Alex. You will need it.
So that's Maggie Chow's daughter. We never really got to interact with Maggie.
You're really wearing on my nerves, staring at me like that.
Sorry. Good lord. Good lord, that woman. Never really got to interact with her.
A body.
Body where? Them? Good lord. But we never really got to interact with either of them, particularly. But also, they were involved in the MJ-12 conspiracy, which very nearly ended in severe disasters for, like, a lot of people. Like, most of the world actually had severe problems because of it.
The Nine Worlds is a no-weapon.
Do you want me to...
No, you've just got to consent to the standard deact...
Here you go.
Thanks for your cooperation.
So, yeah. Definitely shenanigans.
The whole reason I joined the Order was to get away from factory model thinking.
Alright, Tong. Why is Alex in particular so important?
When you go to Antarctica and find JC, remember what hangs in the balance. I haven't told you just how powerful JC has become.
One of the other
Do
trainees,
tell.
Billy Adams, has already gone through the gate.
She has signed her soul over to the Luddites, the haters of technology. Protect JC, or she could plunge the world into another dark age. Trust me, I was like her 20 years ago, and I still share some of the blame for triggering the collapse.
I thought you said JC was powerful.
He is, but the merger with the Helios AI has been problematic. He has fallen into a state of near catatonia and will be vulnerable until you can revive him.
How do I do that?
By transferring your biomod architecture to JC, you will complete his interface to the AI and bring him out of the coma. This is a job we intended for Paul, but now it falls on your shoulders.
Paul Denton?
He too is helpless and in need of our new systems. We thought we had the infusions perfected 3 years ago, but his body rejected them violently. He had to be cryogenically frozen until we could finish the design.
The leader of the Cairo facility, captured by the Templars.
Exactly. JC will tell you more. Please, don't delay. Every passing minute brings your friend Billy one step closer to murdering the only sincere leader humanity has ever had.
So, the merger with Helios. The triggering of the collapse. The destruction of Area 51. The entire 3 endings of the original Deus Ex all happened in some way, shape, or form. And it's just kind of dumped on us like we'd expect to know what they mean by any of it. And I still haven't gotten a rocket launcher. That's surprising. So yeah, the true ending of Deus Ex was JC Denton attempted to merge with the Helios AI. It mostly worked, but not completely. Then blew up the Aquinas router that ended up triggering the collapse, while also somewhat joining the Illuminati, or at least preserving them enough to where he created Apostle Corp with Tracer, who realized the error of his ways sometime after, governmental collapse causes millions of people, possibly billions, to die. Oops. Tong made a boo-boo. But apparently it was bad enough to where JC Denton is now comatose. And Tong and Paul have been trying for the past 20 years, give or take, to perfect a biomod architecture to force the integration better. And they almost had it. Unfortunately, they tried it on Paul, who was... Apparently they needed Denton DNA to test it. And since JC is a clone of Paul, and Alex is also a clone of JC who's a clone of Paul, it's like they share the same genetics. They were testing it on Paul, and it failed. So they spent another 3 years working out additional kinks, possibly using Alex as a test bed. Once they had something significantly more perfected, that's when they tested it on everybody, the other Tarsus students. And seeing that it works on anybody, whatever the goal for that is now in play. And so now we have to go repair the gate, save JC Denton, and see where the rest of this will go. But that will have to wait for another time. Sorry I had to delay the stream 2 hours. Things happen. Also, this week's schedule, I'm gonna make a post about it, but it's going to be, there's not gonna be a schedule for this week because there are, it's gonna be, if any streams happen this week, it will be guerrilla streams. I will attempt to have a demo stream Friday, and I'll try and put posts about it before they happen, but they are going to be on relatively short notice. That's just how things are going to have to be for this week. Wish I could say better, but some things in the life are moving faster than I'd want them to be, but such is the way of things. But we'll see you all sometime this week, at the very least Friday, for a demo, which I don't know what it's going to be, but there will be a demo, if that happens Friday. When that happens Friday. Hopefully some other things during the week, and hopefully Saturday. Hopefully Saturday we'll be back with more Deus Ex Invisible War.